has culture got to do with the digital action? How does that all fit together?
I want to spend a bit of time on digital because when you ask me about actuary, I use the word mathematics and in a practical way. But the mathematics we use are undergoing a fundamental revolution because the work we did until, say, 5 years ago or 10 years ago is based on structured data. And you and I know the world of big data has come to the fore because of the digital revolution. There's so much abundance of data that big data is creating the rise of skill sets, which is called data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. And those are extension of mathematics, extension of mathematics. So if we are going to stick to our core, we must embrace the most modern of mathematical techniques. Yeah, Reddington, James Dodson, John Grant, Pascal Fermat use probability and statistics to solve the business problems of their time. We have to use what we have today, plus data science, plus machine learning, plus AI to solve the business problems of today. So our mathematics, because I use the word mathematics and practical application, our mathematics are not only evolving, but undergoing a fundamental revolution. Then the practical applications, the way we operate in health insurance, in life insurance, in general insurance are also undergoing a revolution. So the industry structure which govern our companies and our pension schemes and our health insurance are being shaken because of the digital and the fourth industrial revolution. So on two fronts, yeah, the mathematics we use and the way we apply it, the domains we are operating are undergoing severe challenges and stress. Yeah. So what we see today as pension schemes, we will not see in 25 years' time. And car insurance as we see today will not be the same in 25 years' time. Underwriting of life insurance will not be the same because of the emergence of genetics and genomics. And the way we can predict mortality and morbidity will be different. So on two fronts, our mathematical core and the paradigms we work in are subjected to change because of a very fundamental thing which is happening in the world, which is about digital revolution. So why is culture important? And I could start with some very simple observations which have been made by presidents in the past, and they do not come across shocking. People who are good in mathematics tend to be emphasize on accuracy, consistency, and cautiousness, and we are reticent. Yeah, and that in itself are very important quintessential traits of actuaries. But we must have space to allow other forms of competencies or attitudes of imagination, courage, creativity, adaptability. But if in order for us to go into the digital world, so even if you study the literature of what you need to survive or thrive in a digital world, they encourage creativity and ideation, the generation of ideas for innovation. They encourage experimentation. They encourage quick failures in design thinking. And of course, aligned to that, there are many other things about judgment and imagination. We can go into it. So those are what I call personal characteristics, personal traits at an individual level. But an accumulation of behaviors like this will create a culture. So culture and mindsets are different words to describe different levels. Personally, we have certain orientation, but as a group, we will display a different set of dynamics and culture of the place. And you can do a shift and you can do an orientation. We are not saying that accuracy is unimportant or considered we are not important. We are saying that we want more diversity and perspectives. And you and I have seen actuaries who are more entrepreneurial, more courageous, more innovative. We have data science companies like Quantium, say in Australia. You get bankers in South Africa, and they give you slightly different feel from the actuary who is doing the IFRS 17, and both are equally important work. But there is a debate raging now in the world of education, independent of actuarial profession, how best to equip our students and our university students, because the digital revolution is fundamentally affecting the longevity of knowledge and the need for us to be both a specialist and a generalist. And you can be more a specialist in more than one area. That would be my argument, right? Because you can't stay a specialist and hope to rest on it for the rest of your life, because your life is getting longer for a start, and secondly, the knowledge which is digital is changing, is multiplying and changing very quickly. And what appeared to be a narrow domain, the boundaries are changing because of the intersection of disciplines. And in fact, the most creative aspects in terms of innovation is at the boundary of the discipline, how they intersect, whether it's genetics with pricing and reinsurance, whether it is about autonomous vehicles, the collection of data and pricing and risk capacity of a motor writer. You really got to know how things are going to be reconverged. The kind of industry structures we see today is based on a print-based society where knowledge is distributed by books by books and publications. Knowledge distributed by digital elements has a very different characteristics in terms of volume, speed, and its multiplication. And also how big data compile and bring insight into it is completely different. So very different skill sets are required. So the words we use will need to change. And for us to cope with that, it's really a mindset, right? A mindset of openness. That things can change and we can embrace the change. If you think that things are fixed and can't change and I'm good or I'm bad in this, then I think you are handicapped. So we are encouraging individuals to change, but even as a profession to also create space for allowing people who are still good in maths, but maybe orientated slightly differently. And I believe that it is a problem faced not just by the actuarial profession, it's faced by lawyers, accountants, and doctors as well, because their skill sets are going to be replaced by a lot of emerging technologies.